Good afternoon, everyone. It has been a journey getting back here. I just realized that my last time standing here, I was the president of my Form 5 class. Can I tell you what year that was? 1979. Before, I just remembered that. And I remember the cherubs from Feast of Lights, and some things never change. I'm just happy to be here. I want to give some thank yous first of all. I want to thank Basil Tabannor. Where'd he go? Oh, there you are. I want to thank Basil Tabannor for the invitation to come back to my alma mater. This is my place. I have to be honest that NCU, the name NCU doesn't run off my lips because WIC runs off my lips, but I recognize it's the same place. I also want to recognize the faculty and staff of the WIC Preparatory School. I was at a program there on Friday. We came by on Wednesday, not on Wednesday, on Thursday, when they were preparing, and I was so impressed. We all were so impressed with the children, with the faculty, so thank you so much for that invitation. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge my family that's here. So you have to understand what this means. My name is Dawn Otley Nelson. My husband's name is Leroy Barnes. We don't have the same last name. But guess where I am? I'm in Barnes land. And so I have to acknowledge my Barnes family. So I'm going to acknowledge again my dear husband, Leroy Barnes. I have him on AV control over here. I want to acknowledge my in-laws, Alvin and Rose Barnes, who are sitting here on the front row. Uncle Clarence and his wife Sylvia Barnes aren't here, but I want you to know that Sylvia Barnes was in the 1948 class of WITC with my mother. And I also want to acknowledge Aston Barnes. I don't know if Uncle Aston made it, but Aston and Lenny Barnes, who were very dear friends of my mom. So today I'm going to take the name Dawn Otley Nelson Barnes. But you know what? My job here today is not to talk to you. My job here is to talk to you. I saw some of you at the Reading Award program the other day, and I want to talk to you today because nobody likes a really long, drawn-out graduation speech. I sure do. And so I'm going to ask for the first slide. Look at who that is. That is me. That is me on this campus, standing just below the seat of the scornful, and guess what I was getting ready to do? Enter high school. Just like you. Just like you. That is me in 1975, getting ready to enter high school. Next slide. That is me, the second one from, I guess it's your left, standing on this very stage, singing with a group when I was in high school. When I was in high school, you're getting ready to go to high school. That's me. Next, one last slide here. That is me at my high school graduation in this very auditorium. That lady turning around there is my mother, Esther Harriet Otley, and she's sitting in the same seat that my father-in-law is sitting in. She was the first person there to watch me march down the aisle. So what I want you to know, young people, is that I am you 40 years later. I am you, okay? And so you gotta believe that another day is coming. You're not gonna always be ready to enter high school. But you know what I realized when Mr. Tabannor sent me the theme for this graduation? Read it on the front of your bulletin. It's a really long theme. It says, you've probably heard it 100 times over this weekend, building a solid foundation, creating a lasting future through prayer, hard work, and determination. Who knows what that means? But you know what? We'll break that down later. But before we can even tackle that and make it have relevance to us, I just I want you to think about what it actually means and what this day actually represents to you. You know what this day is to you? You have the unique opportunity to reset your life. Do you know what that means? Do you know what reset means? It means that you start something and it may not go the way you want it to, but you have the chance to push a button and everything goes back to the beginning. When you start high school, you can reset your life. I came here just like you from the United States, Washington, D.C., to Jamaica, didn't know anyone, I knew my mother's friends, but you want your own friends, right, in high school, and it was a very new beginning for me. Just like you're going to be going to different schools, you're going to meet new people, it is a chance for a new beginning. You know what a new beginning means? Whatever reputation you might not have liked in elementary school, you can reset for yourself. Guess what happens when you start high school? Everybody starts out with a 4.0, with an A. Everybody starts out with a 4.0. So you can actually start all over again. So that's what this day should mean to you, that you are resetting your life. So if you're going to build a foundation, what does that mean? You've got to build it in terms of school academically. You've got to build it spiritually. Well, what does that mean? You got a really good start at WIC Prep. You have gotten a really good start. I can remember being in high school, and when I was in high school here at West East College High School, we had classes underneath that cafeteria, and I learned songs like New Every Morning. Do you all ever sing that song? I learned that song, and you're building a foundation. I learned New Every Morning. I remember learning the song, My Maker and My King. Do you all still sing that song? You still sing that song? Those are good things. Listen to what New Every Morning said. I mean, these are things that I didn't realize when I started high school, but I listened to the words, New every morning is thy love, our awakening and uprising proved, through sleep and darkness, safely brought, restored to life and power and thought. When I was in high school, I have to be honest, that didn't mean that much to me. But you know, when times are down and I wake up in the morning and I can say, New every morning is thy love. You know where that came from? WIC. That's what's in my head. You know what? The first couple of days I was here, I was new, I was from the States, didn't know anybody. I had a roommate. I lived in the dorm for about 2 weeks. And a girl said to me, when you leave West East College, you will know every single song in the hymnal. I thought she was crazy. And I'm talking about the old hymnal. That dates me a little bit. Do you know that I actually know most of the songs in the old hymnal? My husband and I had like a little competition. Where we go through the old hymnal to see if we know it. But I have to admit something, that since I've been at my in-laws' house this week, they've sung a couple of hymns for worship that I don't know. But I just want you to know that getting a spiritual foundation and an academic foundation is so really good. You know, my mom's foundation, do you know who my mom is? She's that lady who hangs in the reading room that you have, Esther Harriet Otley. When I said to some of your students on Friday that she's not dead, my mother is alive. Esther Harriet Otley lives. She's 91 years old. She's in a nursing home near our home in Michigan. And her foundation academically was through homeschooling. My mother and her sisters went to Panama with her parents. You know, you've heard of the Solomon Harriet Lecture Theater. Solomon Harriet was my grandfather. He was a pastor. He was sent to Panama, and his mother got ill, and then the conference wanted to send him to Costa Rica, far away. At the time, malaria was rampant. He said, I'm not taking my family to Costa Rica. And they said, either you go to Costa Rica or you're not going to be a minister anymore. And you know what he did? He came right back to Jamaica, and moved right outside of Christiana to Sedberg to take care of his mother, and my grandmother homeschooled my mother until she was about 13 years old. And so I could go on and on about my mother's accomplishments, but I want you to know that no matter what you're doing at this point in time, what can you do? Reset your life so that you can be anything that you'd like to be. I want to tell you a little short story about how West Indies College changed who I am. I came here, as I told you, and I was sitting in math class. I could walk you to the classroom. I could walk you to the place that I was in Form 2. And we took a math test, and the teacher came back. Back then, you could tell what people's grades were because there were no laws forbidding it. And he said, I want to announce who made the highest grade in the classroom. Well, in elementary school, I was never one of the higher achievers. Never, never. So I just sat there waiting for him to announce it. And he said, Dawn Otley is got the highest grade in math. And my eyes got big. I said, you're talking about me? And he said, yes. Some people here may remember Carl Langley. Do you know that changed the direction and the trajectory of my life? From then on, I felt I needed to live up to his expectation of me. And so I started to study. I started to become interested in what I was doing. When I made better grades, I was like, oh, this kind of feels good. I would try it in another subject, and I would do better. So I want you to know that teachers make a difference. They help form your foundation, and Carl Langley was the one that changed my life. These are your teachers over here. Teachers, stand up for a second. I know you don't want to, but just stand up for a second. I want you to look at the teachers that have influenced you. Let's give them another hand. Young people, I want you to eyeball the teachers that have been most influential in your life. And after this, I want you to go up to them and thank them for helping you to build a solid foundation. We thank you, teachers. The next part of your long mission or theme is creating a lasting future. How can you think about that when you're beginning high school? How can you think about creating a lasting future? But guess what? You are in charge of your future. You're no longer little kids in elementary school where people tell you how to think. You now have to take control of your thoughts, and you start now with a clean slate. You have to begin to build a legacy. Who knows what a legacy is? I'll tell you what legacy is. Legacy is anything that is handed down to you from the past. Anything that's handed down to you from the past. So it could be education. It could be a good personality. It could be good Christian foundation. Anything that's handed down to you is from your past. And you have to figure out what you are. Are you a part of a legacy that's going on now? Or guess what else you can do? Create your own legacy. You can be part of a legacy, or you can create your own legacy, and you are in charge of which one that is, and you can make that happen. So my mother had no idea that I would be standing here 40 years after my high school graduation. My mother had no idea when she was growing up in Sedberg that she would come to West Indies College and learn and become a math teacher and graduate in the class of 1948. My grandfather had no idea when he was thrown out of the ministry in Jamaica for not going to Costa Rica that there would be a building named after him on this campus. He had no idea. He had no idea. You have to live with integrity. You've got to build on that solid foundation that you have, and you've got to create your own future, okay? You've got to do that. Guess limited. You only have 4 years to make a decision about your future. You're going to be in grade 7 next year, right? Grade 7, 8, no, that's not how it goes. Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4. What happens in Form 5? You will have had to make that decision. Where you're going to go to college, what you're going to study. All that has to be made before you get to Form 5. So you have 4 years to make a decision about your future. How do you do that? You all have it easy. I tell my students this now. You have access to books. You have access to the internet. People walk around with smartphones with information. Anything you want to know, you can find out. And guess what? Statistics shows that young people your age, so I'm going to guess that you're around 11, 12, 13. Let's call it from 9 to 13. Is that accurate? So, how old are you? 10, 11. Okay. Statistics show that you are at your smartest right now. Statistics show that you can memorize things more than anybody can. You are at your prime. Next slide. Let me show you something. There's a Dr. Sagutta Mitra. So Dr. Sagutta Mitra, he had an idea. He was from India, and he had an idea that children in his part of India would not be able to have access to schooling. So you know what he did? He left his university. He built up a little building in a poor town where none of the children could read. And he put a hole in the wall, literally a hole in the wall. He put a computer in the hole and a keyboard. And you can see some children using it. And he just left it there. The children didn't speak English. The children had no education, and it was in one of the remote parts of India. Guess what happened? In about 3 or 4 days, the children knew how to surf the internet. They didn't know what Mickey Mouse's name was, but they thought he was a rat, and they thought he was a happy rat. They didn't know, they figured out that they could put audio voice in, and it could be converted into their language. I'm telling you, they knew that without a teacher. They knew that without a teacher. Next slide. Here you can see a boy about your age, 10 or 11, helping a smaller child learn how to use the computer. This was so successful that Dr. Mitra won what we call the TED Talk Prize of $1 million a few years ago, and he has created schools do you all know what the cloud is? The internet cloud? It's just somewhere up, a school in the cloud. The children have no teacher, but they do learn. These children, if you were to look at some of those TED Talks, want to be astrophysicists, they want to do robotics, they know how to play video games, they have taught themselves. So that is you. You have the capability in your mind. Your mind is at its sharpest to do what you need to do. You're at the peak of your learning. Utilize the internet. Continue to read, and you will do well. And guess what? You have a jump start. Jamaica has one of the highest literacy rates in the world. There is an 88% literacy rate, meaning that boys and girls your age can read and write, whereas in other countries, young people your age cannot read and write. And it's higher than the United States. So I believe that if we were to look at the kids from your school, it would be even higher than I'm sure it's 100% at your school. So you are really at that place. You're at a place in time when you no longer have to ask a human being for information. You can just go to the internet, read a book, and you can get all of the information that you have. We're going from a time when it's going from people who have the haves and the have-nots, mean the rich and the poor. We're not in that time anymore. We're going to a time where people either know something or they don't know something. so you need to be a part of that. So we're going to move on to the next part of your theme, which is creating your future through prayer, hard work, and determination. So I just want to give you a short story about this young man named Curtis Carroll, or they call him Wall Street. I want you to know that Curtis is serving 57 years in prison at the San Quentin prison in North Carolina in the U.S. He went to prison when he was 17 years old. When we're talking about hard work and determination, you all with me? Okay. He went to prison, couldn't read or write. His home was built on, his mother asked him to go burglarize a neighbor so that they could get food, so that they could eat. He went and stole with his uncles, so he eventually got caught, went to prison. And in prison, somebody told him that if he learned how to read and write, he could amass a fortune. That might not be true, but that's what he was told. He taught himself to read in prison. So much so that if an inmate said something to him, they would say, "What do you have in your hand?" He would say, "C-A-N-D-Y, candy." And if they said, "Do you want to go to the cafeteria?" he would say, "N-O, no." Because he was so proud of his ability to read. And he practiced, and he practiced, and he practiced. He's been in prison over 20 years. Next slide. Now, Curtis is one of the leading advisors of financial information in the United States. He sure is. He holds financial programs and connect financial literacy programs to inmates, as well as his family, as well as wealthy people on the outside. He learned how to read. He thought he was getting the comic section of a magazine. He actually got the business section of the magazine. And he asked somebody, what are stocks? And you know what he was told? And I quote, "That's where white people hold their money, hide their money." And he said, "Well, I need to find out how to get there." And so you know what he would do? He would say to his family, "Go and take this money and invest it in this and invest it in that." Remember I told you what kind of family he came from. His family has gathered millions of dollars, as well as other people. So he teaches courses in the prison, next slide, and he himself gives TED Talks and seminars that are filmed at the prison for people on the outside to benefit from his financial knowledge. So that's an indication that hard work does pay off, okay? So if you're diligent and you put in your time when you're in high school, you'll be able to do very much the same. This is what I say all the time to my students. They'll say, "Dr. Nelson, how do you know that?" And I say, "I didn't come out of the womb knowing this. I read it in a book, just like you're going to have to read it in a book. I'm not the smartest cookie, but I'm one of the most diligent. I know how to do my homework." And so I want you all to say, even though you may not be at the top of your game, you know how to study, you have the tools and the foundation from your parents and from your teachers, and if you can apply it, you can do anything that you want to do. The last thing I want to say, and the last part of your thing, has to do with prayer. Creating a lasting future through hard work, determination, and prayer. In this very chapel, when I was in high school, like you're getting ready to be, I remember some week of prayers. I remember Elder Dick Barron coming here. He was about 6'8" tall. And that was the first time I heard as the theme, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengtheneth me. I heard that first in this room in the 70s. It had an impact on me. I remember a David Taylor, I don't even know if he's still living. He came, I think, from California here, and he gave a week of prayer, and he used poetry, and I was so intrigued by the poetry. So my spiritual development happened right on this campus, in this room. Sometimes, I like gospel music just like you like gospel music, but I want you to remember some of the traditional songs are still good, and they still have that message. And sometimes when you need to lean on Christ, you can still get that from reading the Bible, of course, but from some other spiritual hymns and some other spiritual readings. And the one I want to leave with you is the one that you probably know from Jeremiah 10, 11, and 12. And I want to give you the context in which it was. The Israelites were supposed to wanted to leave Babylon. But God told them that they would have to spend 70 more years. 70 years a long time? 70 years is a really long time. They go, we don't want to stay in Babylon for 70 years. And he goes, you're going to have to stay there for 70 years. And when Jeremiah was talking to the Israelites, he got really upset with them. And he said, the Lord said to tell me, for I know, don't mess around with me. I know what I'm doing. For I know the plans I have for you. He's talking to you guys today. For he knows the plans that he has for you. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in the future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. So what I leave to you is your theme, this theme that you created. What is the theme? Building a solid foundation, creating a lasting future through determination, prayer, and hard work. I know that you can do it. You can do it. Today is the day for you to reset your life. Congratulations to this class.